Is this happening to your tomato seedlings? If it is, then don't worry, because I'm going to show you how you can easily fix this in a few simple steps. Tomato seedlings becoming thin and stretched out like this is pretty normal. It just means that the plant has not got quite enough light and is so stretching and searching for the light, which is when they become quite spindly like this. You can pop a grow light over them and that will help a little, but it's not normally enough. The time of year where we sow our tomato seeds is normally spring. There's just not enough light in the day. But tomato plants do have a trick up their sleeve, which means this legginess doesn't really matter. Let's pop to the greenhouse. Well, it's a rare sunny day today, so I've taken my jumper off. It's a balmy 16 degrees, which is very warm for British standards. So what we're going to do, we're going to pot on these tomato seedlings because the first set of true leaves have come out, which is basically the second set of leaves on the plant. The first set of the seedling leaves, and it's the first set of true leaves. And if we were to leave these plants in the seedling tray for much longer, then the roots have a potential to circle the pot and that will stunt their growth. Now, tomato plants are quite remarkable in that they have the ability to grow roots all along their stem. So that means we can bury the stem when we repot them deep, and the stem will grow roots and you'll have a much less leggy tomato seedling. So that's what I've got here. I've got a selection of quite deep pots here. So when I pop these in, it's going to be nice and deep. So I'm going to fill these pots up with some compost. Okay, so I've filled them about a third of the way up. And now I'm going to set them to the side over there just for the sec. Now, to get these seedlings out, it's quite a delicate process. You don't want to yank on the stem because it's very delicate. And that's, if you yank on the stem and you break the stem, that's basically killed the plant. So I'm going to use a kitchen fork. It's a great little tool to get in there. Whoops. Don't want to break these stems of these plants. Get in there with your fork, go in nice and deep, and then you can comfortably pull it out. So now I'm going to make a hole in the centre of the soil I just put in, hopefully big enough for this root ball. I'm going to pop it in quite deep, like so. Press it down, and now we can fill up right up to the seedling leaves. So I'm going to carefully just hold the stem of the plant. Maybe I'll hold the leaves. Okay, so that is much less leggy now, isn't it? So where I've buried that stem, roots are going to emerge. It's going to strengthen the plant, it's going to stabilise it, and it's going to be a much stockier plant. So I've now got 9 more to do. When you're handling your tomato seedlings, it's always a good idea to handle them by the root ball or the leaves. Try not to handle them by the stem, because then that will have potential to damage the plant. I've got them all out now. 10 tomato seedlings I'm doing, so now I'm going to fill them in. So as I'm doing this, I am pressing the soil quite firmly into place, because you want to make sure that there's good contact with the old root ball, or the root ball of the plant, with the new soil that you're putting in, so that the roots have a chance to grow into the new soil. On this one, I'm actually burying the seedling leaves as well. So that's perfectly fine. You can go up to and including the seedling leaves. Just want to stop at the first true leaf though, which is what I'm doing. So there you have it. They are my 10 tomato seedlings potted up to their necks basically. So all on that stem is going to root into this soil. They're going to be a much stronger plant and they're going to be much less leggy, as you can see. The next most important stage is to give them a good drink. So I've firmed the soil around the root ball, but just to make sure that there is good contact, you do want to water them in. As any time you repot a plant, you do want to give them a good drink. That'll get rid of any air gaps in the soil, and like I say, it'll make sure that there is good contact with root ball and new soil. So for this, I'm lucky enough to have 2 water butts just outside here that are collecting rainwater. So I'm using rainwater to water these plants. It's always best to use rainwater if you can on your garden plants. But if you haven't got the option to collect rainwater, then tap water will be fine. Okay, so they are all watered in. I'm going to let them drip through for a bit, and then I'm going to take them back into my conservatory because it's March now and we're still getting frosty nights here in the UK. So frosty nights will kill these bad boys. So I'm going to keep them in my nice warm conservatory that's nice and bright. Hopefully they won't get so leggy again. And then in late spring, early summer, weather permitting, I'll put these outside. If you haven't planted your seeds yet, then don't worry, it's not too late. There's still time to plant some fantastic vegetables like peppers, artichoke and tomatoes. And in this video here, we show you exactly how, so make sure you watch it next and we'll see you there.